We're gonna indulge in some Reese's, to be specific, but specifically now, the Reese's white eggs. The white chocolate peanut butter filled eggs, I mean to say. You know, I look like a white egg, if anything. You know, with the baldness, I just look like an angry, overpriced egg, because the last time I checked, I think a carton over here, at least in Queens, was like, I think $8 for a dozen. So, you know, with that being said, we're gonna indulge Easter appropriate snack, Reese's white eggs, because, you know, I've had plenty of regular brown eggs, courtesy of Reese's. I don't think I've ever had the white egg though. I don't think they're new. I don't think they're like for this year only or brand new as of this year, but I've just never had them, if I've never noticed them before. This is a mukbang podcast, so excuse me while I eat and talk to you. I talk while I eat what I talk, with a mouthful while I indulge in what the fuck I want to do. And what I do want to do is bring up something that bothers me as much as how ill-shaped this egg is. This is supposed to be an egg. This is Reese's idea of a fucking egg, how it's shaped. I think it's more molded and shaped like how our economy looks right now, with inflation and the housing market being as terrible as it is. It looks like shit. But I love Reese's, I love peanut butter and chocolate, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, good as always. I've had the Reese's white peanut butter cups. I just never had the white eggs. And speaking of white peanut butter filled eggs, which might be a rarity to find in real life, if ever, I would hope. I don't know, wild at least. What else is wild right now and out of their fucking mind as far as the creators, whoever made this fucking game, is the upcoming release for PlayStation at least of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, the collector's edition, in comparison to the regular version, which is just the plain Jane, simple ass old game itself on one disc. I don't know if it's two, because it's a big game apparently. But the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle collector's edition is something you can get for the low price of just $180. Or, because we're in the age and times of loans or installment payments to pay off for shit, you could get it for $180 up front if you got it like that. Or they give you the option for interest-free installment payments of $180 divided by 4. Or you can also spread that out to apparently a year or so, 12 monthly payments of $17.15 per month via ShopPay. And this video is not sponsored by ShopPay. But of course, they also limit you to just one per customer of the special collector's edition version of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which includes, obviously, the physical copy of the game, the CD itself, you know, the one you slide into the PS5. You get a steel book cover to put that away and to put on display, because you got to show off to everybody that comes over to see you that, oh, well, by the way, you know, I know there's still war going on outside. No man is safe from, but in my spare time, I've been playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Here's the steelbook as proof to do so. I paid too much for it. I paid 3 games' worth just to have this fucking steelbook cover edition to nestle my CD safely into. You also get, I think, which is cool, actually, I won't lie, is a replica globe with a plain magnet, which you can just place randomly on the fucking thing. But apparently it cracks open like an egg would in the middle to be like a storage compartment, like a very small storage compartment, but nonetheless you can store some shit in there basically. An adventure journal, because, you know, people still fucking write down shit anymore. I don't even know if kids nowadays in school even take down notes like that. Do they? Or they just use the iPad, the phone, something else, or a laptop, God forbid, because even that seems like old tech right now for the younger crowd nowadays. I don't know what this is. It might be more specific to Indiana Jones fans. I've never watched one of the movies. I'm sorry. No, I got nothing against it, or, you know, Harrison Ford, excuse me. But an all-maker relic replica that comes as well with the bundle package. And of course, some DLC, you know, some costumes and shit that you wouldn't get elsewise if you just paid for the game itself, which, you know, points out to the game creators that you're a broke ass bitch and you don't care about the game industry that much, because if you did, then you would buy gladly the collector's edition of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle for the PlayStation 5. But the thing that bothers me the most about not just the price of this thing, and it does have some cool shit. A journal I'm never gonna fucking use to write down shit in. A steel book I'm gonna use to be if I'm that big of a nerd or obsessed with, fanatically speaking, with Indiana Jones and that whole series. If you are, no, all due respect. And or I'll admit a cool looking replica globe of the world with a little plane man that you can stick on the country I'll be here soon stick, and storage inside the globe itself. But the thing that bothers me most and really chaps my ass is the fact that with the collector's edition at the low price of $108 or 4 installment payments or 12 monthly payments of $17.15 per month for a whole year, is that you get not 1 but 2 days early access to play the game before anyone else does. Mind you, this game's already been out for however long it's been on the Xbox One, the big black box that Microsoft made, which I'll admit is the cooler looking of the systems amongst, in comparison to the PS5. I have a PS5, so not the Pro, the disc version of the PS5. I would have gotten an Xbox Series 1. I'm one of those. I've been an Xbox fan since like the 360, basically. I had the white one. I think that's the one that had like the expanded storage bay. I'm not too sure. I remember having decent enough storage to play a lot of games on it. I did eventually switch back to the PS4. No, I did the PS4 Pro. Then I jumped back into the PS5 and been a Sony boy ever since. But I do remember and finally remember my Xbox 360 as well as my Xbox One, which was a big bulky ass system. But it was fun. I enjoyed my time with it. I played, what did I play on the Xbox One? I think I played the Tomb Raider remake, all 3 of them, and really enjoyed them on the Xbox One, of course. But point is, this game's already been out for, what, I think since December of 2024, last year, just passed, mind you, on the Xbox, console exclusive for a certain amount of time. But they're giving you 2-day access, early access, for $180 to a game that's been out already, only because it's coming out now on PlayStation. Which, I get it, we're in a time, an era of, any sort of money grab they can throw your way and sucker you into to buy these games and DLC and fucking in-game currency and all that shit too. I hate all of it. Not so much with a passion, but it's just like, come on, we're already fucking buying into the games as is. Games aren't getting any cheaper. I'm not trying to be a broke bitch like that and cry, woe is me. I can't afford a $70, $60 game like that. I can, but it's like, are these games even like being released 100% completed as far as like, day one you have to download all the patches and bug fixes and all that anyways. You buy the disc. I still like buying physical copies of shit. You buy the disc and you have to download it still. And apparently here too, for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, the PS5 version, you buy the game and you still gotta install it, because the disc has nothing on it of significance as far as, the game or content itself. You still gotta download it once you pop the disc in. Oh, and mind you, the collector's edition is only available with the physical copy. So if you say, oh, you know what, I want to do the 2 days early, I didn't get to play it on the Xbox, justifiably so, I want to play it on the PlayStation 5, but I want to do the digital version. I don't want to have to go out to the store or get this fucking shipped to me or whatever. I want to just download it from the PS5, the PlayStation store, I mean to say, and do it then. You do it that way, apparently you don't get the 2-day early access. I could be wrong. Maybe they got the version on there too, but it doesn't come with all the cool shit that the collector's edition does come with, the physical stuff, I mean. But if you buy the physical version of the shit, it seems like you have to wait till the day of the official release when you're allowed to play the game then. You don't get the 2-day early access. Oh, no. You don't get the 2-day early access. Let's say by mistake you buy this collector's edition with the physical copy of the game, but it turns out you have the disc-less version of the PlayStation 5. Then you're fucked. You're out $180 of a game that you really could have bought directly from the PlayStation store and played on your disc-less version of the PS5. Which is so gay to me too, I'm sorry, but I hate that there's a disc-less with a disc version of the PS5. I have the disc version because, again, I like to buy physical media and own my shit, potentially. But, yeah, that shit's annoying. I mean, the game's been out for at least half a year now. Oh, okay, half a year, but you know what I mean, close enough to. And honestly, if I really wanted to, which I've done before, I'm not going to play the game, honestly. I have nothing against Indiana Jones or the franchise. I just never got around to watching the movies. I love Harrison Ford and everything, but I don't see myself playing this game right now. Maybe eventually, because I got a backlog, just like I'm sure everybody does at this point. But if I really wanted to, just like how I did with a game I had no interest in purchasing, but I wanted to see what it was about at least, or what the game looked like, story mode wise and all that shit too, I could do what I did with Kill the Justice League and just watch somebody play it on YouTube. God forbid live on fucking Twitch, no way. I'd rather watch just like the recapped, edited version, long play of on YouTube, which I did again with Suicide Squad. I had no interest in buying the game ever, never would play it on my own, but at least I got to see what the fuck I might have been potentially missing. At least I got to see the cool, thing they did with Batman, where he's evil, that version of Batman which they killed, but then they didn't kill the Arkham Batman. They had to pedal back on that shit, say, oh no, it wasn't that version, it was like a version that was bad and corrupted and shit. But at least what they did was, and I wish they would have done this in the game, is that you're the henchman and you're getting chased down by Batman, and now you've got to like somehow clear your way through the stage and see if you can make it out alive. Well, Batman don't kill, but he'll leave you damn near dead, basically, against an evil, corrupted Batman. Besides that, I saw nothing that would incentivize me to ever want to play the game, let alone buy the game, Suicide Squad. I could just do this with fucking Indiana Jones as well. I heard it's a long game. There's a lot to do if you want to 100% complete it, and or the main story itself is like fairly long, good, decent amount of time invested. But the 2-day early access shit seems nonsensical because, again, I could just watch the shit on YouTube, catch up to date with it, and see whether I do or don't want to play the game. Oh, that looks cool. I'd like to play that myself. Or I just watched the whole game being played. It does look cool, but I've seen enough and not enough for me to purchase, let alone the collector's edition, the motherfucking standard basic ass bitch $60-something version, for the PS5. I think I'm good. I think I'll pass. There's a lot to consider. Listen, if you've been waiting for the PS5 version, all respect to you. I hope you enjoy it, and I know you will enjoy it because you've been looking forward to the game. But for me, at least, I don't see the incentive. Again, it's not catered to me because I'm not an Indiana Jones fan, but you know what I mean. That part just bothers me. It really bothers me so much that they think, and I think they're doing that with Forza 5, right? When that comes out to PS5, oh yeah, 2-day early access for a game that's already been out, just on a whole nother system, by the way, mind you. Take that into consideration. These fucking gaming companies, I swear to God, man. It's gonna be like a luxury. It is already an expensive hobby and or luxury to be a gamer. I'm not saying it's not. But to think that they're gonna, and I remember, yes, the 90s, Super Nintendo games did cost almost $100. And the only way you could tell if it was a good game or not, most of the time, not all the time, was the price. If it was more towards 100 or 90 or something like that, it was probably a good game. If it was always on sale, always being bundled in with something else to get you to buy it and shit for a cheaper price, it wasn't such a good game, basically. And I guess we're inching towards that price range eventually, soon enough. But hopefully they can deliver with games we want to fucking play, or we want to pay to play and have fun with, instead of being like, I'm gonna beat this shit, I paid $70 for it, let me just beat it 100% anyway, because otherwise I feel like I lost money. Basically, I got gypped. But let's see where that goes from there, if that changes at all. And also, we got the Switch 2 coming out some point this year. We've got GTA 6, which I'm really looking forward to, as most gamers out there are too, later this year, 2025. Fingers crossed, hopefully that don't get delayed. And then, by the way, also, funny update in the gaming industry, the Street Fighter movie has been removed entirely from the release schedule. It was supposed to originally come out in March 2026, but now it's been removed from that date. So it seems like it's either back in production hell, or we might just never get the remake that no one asked for, which is another Street Fighter movie. But we could potentially miss out on Sydney Sweeney and her A-list Hollywood tits, most likely playing Cammy. Even though she don't got the ass to play Cammy, at least she'll make up for it with the titties. Or she could have if we ever get the movie again. I don't know, fingers crossed on that too. But that's been it for this week, of course. This is FAT-urdays again. We kicked the S off Saturdays, switch it to a F, it transitioned to a F. It's a FAT-urday. That's the one day of the week I indulge to talk and eat while I do this thing and bring something up to talk about. A mukbang podcast, better yet said. I'm AhhFuGGiT. Thank you for tuning in. AhhFuGGiT is one. Wherever you want to catch me at, all the socials, same tag, YouTube, Twitch as well. AhhFuGGiT is one.
Yo, it's over. All right, it's over. It's over. Move the mic. Move the mic.
Thank you.
All right.